The pegged meaning of Spiritual Empire Magick, TAD's blog. Advertisement. The not Western Esoteric-Studies schema strikes back. Advertisement. Preliminary remarks. Advertisement. At the very great risk of coming across as insecure, and probably winning that one, I offer the following. Advertisement. This is a reply to the deeper meaning of Spiritual Empire Magick, Raiders of the Lost third section, which gave my original piece a scholarly once-over I neither expected nor entirely know what to do with. To be honest, it was an honor to have someone treat that whirlwind of intuition and psychedelia with the seriousness of an academic map reading. Advertisement. But something crucial was missing. Advertisement. That earlier essay treated the schema as if it had been theorized, or even authored. It wasn't. It was survived. It didn't come to me as a line of reasoning. It came as a sequence of recognitions, most of which I tried to resist. The only reason I take it seriously is that it wouldn't go away. Advertisement. Before I walk through the chain of emergence and the narrowing that followed, let me draw the first boundary. Advertisement. If you believe all metaphysical structure is just projection, coincidence, or late-stage pareidolia, if you're not even willing to entertain symbolic consistency across domains, then this piece isn't for you. And that's not a slam. You're just reading someone else's mail. Advertisement. For those who remain, here's how the thing came together, and why I think it wouldn't come together any other way. Advertisement. 2. History of the schema's emergence. Advertisement. 1. First light, the sevenfold West. Advertisement. At first, I was looking at history, not dates and empires, but structure. Could a civilizational arc map onto symbolic time? The easiest low-hanging fruit was the 7 traditional planets of astrology. That gave me. Advertisement. Saturn right-pointing arrow ancient Egypt. Jupiter right-pointing arrow ancient Greece. Mars right-pointing arrow ancient Rome. Venus right-pointing arrow dark and Middle Ages. Mercury right-pointing arrow the Renaissance, the Age of Exploration. Moon right-pointing arrow Enlightenment, Democracy. Sun right-pointing arrow Industrial Revolution. Advertisement. Later, I connected these to the Tree of Life. Keter for the past's future, Malkuth for the future's past. Schema, as we'll return to, got pegged to the high-tech present. Advertisement. But none of it felt essential. It felt like prep work. I could feel something else coming. Advertisement. 2. Interruption and return. Advertisement. Something pulled me away, possibly the separate I Ching project I'd been chewing on. When I came back, it wasn't with the question, what next? But with, what am I ignoring? And what answered was a blunt elephant of a thought. India is not China. Advertisement. This sounds obvious, but it had gravity. These two are so often clumped together in Western thought, the East, but they are fundamentally different in metaphysics, religion, civil structure, even how they handle contradiction. In some ways, India aligns more with the West. In others, more with China. That oscillation shook something loose. Advertisement. 3. The 3 become 4. Advertisement. From there I quickly realized I had 3 spiritual empires, India, China, and the West. But the triangle didn't close. I resisted the 4th, Abrahamic civilization, for a while. It felt like it would dominate or distort the frame. Advertisement. But eventually I had to admit, it fit too well. I even remember saying, aloud, damn it. You're right. That locked it in. 4 civilizations, each carrying a long-range spiritual structure. Advertisement. 4. The zodiac falls into place. Advertisement. Then came the question, could each empire contain 3 major religions? And could those 12 be placed in zodiacal order? Advertisement. I assumed it'd break immediately. It didn't. Every piece landed like a puzzle that had been waiting to be solved. Advertisement. Fire, Abrahamic, Camel. Advertisement. Aries, Judaism. Leo, Christianity. Sagittarius, Islam. Advertisement. Water, Western mythic, corn. Advertisement. Cancer, Norse. Scorpio, Egypt. Pisces, Greco-Roman. Advertisement. Air, India, elephant. Advertisement. Gemini, Sikhism. Libra, Jainism. Aquarius, Hinduism. Advertisement. Earth, China, bamboo. Advertisement. Taurus, Confucianism. Virgo, Taoism. Capricorn, Buddhism. Advertisement. It wasn't just functional, it was clean. Every triad clicked. Every element felt justified, not just symbolically, but historically and psychologically. Advertisement. 5. Hub and how an occultist thinks. Advertisement. There was still one anomaly, Japan. Specifically, Shinto. It didn't belong in the 12. It belonged outside them, and in between them. So it became the hub. Advertisement. And here's where something clicked for me, not as a philosopher, but as someone steeped in symbolic systems. Advertisement. How an occultist thinks. Advertisement. In systems of 4 elements, it's a rule of thumb that the 5th, spirit, becomes the hub or binding axis. In systems of 7 planets, the traditional move, especially in Kabbalistic or Hermetic thought, is to extend to 10, and Schema often defaults to the prima mobile, the pure motion that initiates the rest. Advertisement. In an earlier schema, I'd already placed Schema equals high-tech society. Now, in this empire model, the hub equals Japan equals Shinto. And what's Japan to the Western imagination if not futuristic, mobile, initiating, and strange? Advertisement. I didn't force the alignment. It showed up uninvited. That's when I knew the structure was real. Each empire yielded 3 religions you'd expect to see in any comparative religion 101. The Abrahamic, Indian, and Chinese sets make 9. Shinto is the 10th, often included, yet belonging to none of the 3. That made it the natural hub. The Western pantheons, by contrast, are just now re-entering the conversation as living traditions, not footnotes. The schema knew before the textbooks caught up. The camel, corn, elephant, bamboo, and slime mold weren't part of the core discovery. They're ornamental, but like all ornaments in a living system, chosen with care. I didn't add them to decorate. I added them because these things always sneak back in with more to say than you meant them to. 3. Axiomatic narrowing. Once the full structure appeared, I did what I always do when a pattern seems too convenient. I tried to break it. Could Christianity be Pisces? Poetic, sure, but then fire loses internal tension. Could Buddhism go in air? Plausible, but Earth gets stripped of verticality. Could Japan go anywhere but the hub? Try it. The system fogs. I tested alternate signs, alternate religions, alternate empires. I even tried removing the animal, plant emblems. Every change degraded the coherence. So I applied formal tests. Elemental consistency. Do the religions in each triad resonate with the element they're grouped under? Symbolic reversibility. If you flip the sign or the emblem, does it still explain the structure? Zodiacal balance. Do the 12 align with zodiac traits without forcing anything? Cross-schema coherence. If you bring in a different symbolic framework, e.g., Tree of Life, do the same roles echo? The answer: yes, 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 only in this arrangement. It's not that I believe in this structure. It's that every alternate version failed faster than this one. IV. Closing. I didn't set out to write a theory. I set out to test a hunch, which turned into a structure, which refused to be reorganized. This schema isn't dogma, it's a result. If another arrangement can support 12 living religions, 4 elemental empires, 5 totems, a zodiac, and a central hub without exceptions, then let's see it. Until then, this is the shape I couldn't break.